So my second ever big girl job was at a grocery store. And I will tell you myself that the issue is not that society cannot feed people. We have more than enough food. It's that feeding people is not as profitable as selling food. One of the darker things that I learned working at a grocery store is that the grocery store food waste, they have something called shrink. Shrink is basically inventory loss. It's stuff that gets damaged, expires, gets stolen, can't be sold. And when grocery stores throw that inventory away, they write off those losses on their taxes. And so a tax write-off reduces the amount of income that a company gets taxed on. So if a grocery store loses, say, thousands of dollars in unsold food inventory, they can report that loss and lower their taxable profit. These corporations are more concerned with protecting profit margins than feeding hungry people. A lot of us are conditioned to believe that food is a privilege and not a right, but it should be our right to survive. And remember, they're not only throwing away rotten food. I've seen it myself. Grocery stores throw away overstock too. Entire shipments that can't fit in the freezer or won't sell fast enough. They throw out stuff with damaged packaging where the food is completely fine inside. Produce that looks ugly, like deformed fruit or vegetables. Perfectly edible food. What's crazy is there's already systems proven to reduce this waste. Something called dynamic pricing is where they lower the price of food right before it expires. It statistically reduces food waste significantly, but less than 25% of grocery stores in the United States do that because the companies would rather protect their profit margins than normalize cheaper food access. Okay, do you see where I'm going? And very few grocery stores consistently donate excess food to food banks either. That overstock or like the stuff that gets thrown away, like they genuinely throw it away. Some stores intentionally lock dumpsters or destroy the food before throwing it away. Like, think about how insane that is. We have people digging through the trash while corporations are pouring bleach on the food so that nobody can take it for free when it's going in the trash anyway. Like, and the irony that these same corporations will ask you to donate money at the checkout screen for hunger relief while they're actively throwing away perfectly edible food that could have gone to shelters, food banks, struggling families. So imagine a grocery store has a bunch of extra food that they can't sell in time. So now they have multiple choices: lower the prices, donate it, or throw it away and make money back. They're going to throw it away and make the money back. And under capitalism, businesses are structurally incentivized to prioritize profit first. Grocery stores are businesses before they are charities. Their goal is to make money. So if giving away food threatens pricing structures, future sales expectations, or profit margins, many of these corporations would rather waste the food than normalize free access to it. That is a part of why some stores would literally rather destroy the food than give it away to you, which sounds like cartoonishly evil until you realize that this is exactly what happens when basic human necessities are treated as primarily products instead of human needs. France, great example, France. They literally passed an anti-food waste law. Large supermarkets are not allowed to intentionally destroy usable food. They are required to donate edible food to charities instead. So the problem is not production. We have more than enough food to feed everybody. The problem is distribution under a system that profit incentives matter more in than hunger. Manufactured scarcity is profitable. They are starving you on purpose. And don't even get me started on the fact that the grocery stores do not care that the food they are selling you is quite literally poison.
Do y'all have eggs and milk money, or are you just out here freestyling it financially? Folks, if you were struggling in April with your grocery bill, it wasn't all in your head, because in April, grocery prices jumped more than they have in the last 4 years. Fresh vegetables alone are up 44%. That's up more than it was just 3 months ago. At this point, lettuce got a security clearance. Tomatoes need a cosigner. Y'all remember when our parents used to say, oh, we got McDonald's at home. But a lot of people don't even have McDonald's at home no more because ground beef costs too much, potatoes cost too much, bread costs too much. The basics are acting bougie right about now. And this is why I tell folks, when farmers pay more for gas and equipment and to do things, by proxy, all of us are going to pay more. How are y'all making y'all money stretch right now? I want to know. And what groceries did you stop buying because the price has gotten so ridiculous? Baby, groceries ain't high no more. Groceries are in a hostile relationship with my bank account. Every time I go to the grocery store, I feel like I walked in a luxury boutique by accident. I pick up tomatoes and suddenly I'm holding produce like it's fine jewels or something. Tomatoes are up 40% from last year. And then the experts say this still ain't the worst of it yet because the prices we see right now, they don't reflect what's happening right now in relation to the war with Iran and within the Strait of Hormuz. The prices you see today are not based on that conflict that's happening today. And that matters because fuel, fertilizer, shipping, all that stuff is tied to your plate because all of it impacts how your food is created. When fuel goes up, groceries start acting like a celebrity, like they need a manager. And ain't it funny how wars always end up billing regular people like you and me? We out here just trying to buy eggs and meat. But the grocery store got us budgeting like we applied for some type of federal aid or something and we got to watch our pennies. I want to know, at what point do groceries start becoming too expensive for you? And what's the item in the grocery store you looked at recently and said, absolutely not? Let's talk about it.
America is broke. Stop telling us to go buy stuff that ain't good. Stop telling us to go buy stuff that we don't need. We are over consuming. America is broke. Influencers, teach us something. Teach us something. Teach us something. Stop telling us to go buy stuff. Y'all keep telling us to go buy stuff that ain't good. Y'all keep telling us to go buy stuff that don't work. Y'all keep telling us to go buy stuff. America is broke.
Every time you go grocery shopping, your cart gets smaller, but your bill gets bigger. You're not imagining it. Across America, families are feeling the pressure as food prices continue to climb, making everyday essentials harder to afford. Let's talk about it.
America is broken. America is broken. When I had a grocery bag back to my backseat, I took a picture of it. I needed to buy a couple of things, just very couple of things. A little thing of chopped meat, $8.22. Hamburger rolls for 6 hamburger rolls of the store brand, of ShopRite brand, that's bowl in a basket, $2.49. Yellow corn, I figured to get some corn on the cob. 87 cents a piece of corn on the cob, almost $1 a piece of corn on the cob. Fudgicles. We like to have a dessert at night. We have sugar-free fudgicles. They're $7.49 now. That one bag of grocery cost me $45.27. That's it. I don't know how any of you are doing it because I'm disabled. I'm 60. My husband is 70 years old, working full time. He's getting home now. He'll be getting home in an hour or so from work, and he goes in at 6 o'clock in the morning. I just can't do this anymore. America is broken. Broken.
Why do I feel like taking groceries for free might be normalized soon? Because literally, how much inflation is there going to be? Literally inflation on top of the fact that there's not a livable wage being paid. Genuinely. Like at this point, I feel like I can just fully say that there is not a livable wage being paid. Because no matter how much someone is making, there's some sort of inflation and some sort of price increase and some sort of basically a situation where you have to keep paying for something that you already own. All of these things going together makes me feel like there's going to be a movement where basically taking groceries for free is normalized and people are turning a blind eye. Because honestly, I can't even believe that people were ever working in grocery stores and chasing people down for taking their free groceries. Like, what is actually going on? Literally, this is the same country that took away SNAP benefits, which meant that children and mothers and families in general wouldn't be able to eat. And they just took that away. I don't care if they brought back the SNAP benefits. The fact that those were even able to be taken away in the first place is actually the issue. That's actually the issue when the country is literally funding a bunch of other things that don't feed people, but actually take away the lives of other people all around the globe. And it's literally conflict and weapons and all of these things to cause destruction. But then they were literally going to take away SNAP benefits and not let people who needed assistance to be able to eat. That to me is like, yeah, we're already in the era of the job market is horrible and no one's getting hired, everyone's getting fired, and there's not a livable wage being paid. So I just feel like At some point, it would just be normalized for people to take their food for free from the store. And literally, it would become a movement. Like, I genuinely believe that that is the next thing that would happen in this situation that we're currently in with how the system is collapsing. Like, it clearly is collapsing. We're in the middle of the collapse. Like, the housing market is collapsing, the job market collapsed, all the economy collapsing. The American empire, over. It's been the 250 years. You know what I mean? But I just feel like people are about to start taking their food. And let's just call it borrowing some food from the store really quickly. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's going to become a normalized type of thing, which would then become a movement to basically say, well, if there's no livable wage, then we're just going to have to get what we need for free. I'm just saying, I don't know. This is just my prediction. This is a prediction and also opinion-based, but I just feel like something's going to go on with the groceries and people not wanting to deal with the prices of the groceries anymore, for real.
Hey y'all, I'm about to go into work, but this is on my mind right now because I'm missing my daughter. I'm going to work. Gas is $5,000. An apple at the store is $4. One apple, to be exact. 24.6 million people viewed a viral video on my social media. What I'm having a hard time understanding is 24.5 people. 24.5 million people viewed my video on social media, but 24.5 people can't call out of work for 3 days so that we can crumble this motherfucking system, so that we can get these motherfucking pedophiles, these motherfucking blood-sucking demons, these motherfucking evil people that are in control of us living on a fucking rock, paying bills. Please make it make sense. And I'm gonna wait.
Wages are not going up, but the cost of almost everything continues to rise. For many families, it's becoming harder to stretch a paycheck and keep up with everyday expenses. I want to hear from you. Are grocery prices and the cost of living affecting your families? Share your experience in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
You know how I know the cost of living is getting like absolutely out of this ass? I'm at Sam's Club, and normally for like a roast, hold on, let me show y'all. For like a roast like this, they would sell them like in a 2-pack. And you come here because like shit's in bulk or whatever, right? They're not even selling it in a 2-pack. And my theory has to be that because with the 2-pack, it would be almost like 40, sometimes 50, up to $60. And nobody can fucking afford that. That is the time when a wholesale club is not selling items like wholesale.